News Radio 1140 WRVA and 98.5 FM.
All right, playing through the pain. If you've ever been an athlete, you've probably played through the pain. And professional athletes certainly do it all the time. And maybe it's the example of professional athletes that high schoolers end up doing. Maybe that's why they don't take their injuries so seriously. They figure if some of their favorite sports stars can play through the pain, so can they. Join us to talk about it and the potential dangers from it are Dr. Al Johnson, who's our medical expert. Good morning, Dr. Johnson. Concussions are one of the things that come to mind. This is a long, long time ago, but I remember playing in a high school football game after being in a car crash where I hit my head on the windshield, and the doctor said, "Tell your coach you can't play." And I went and told the coach, "I can't play." He said, "Oh, yes, you can." And I ended up playing. I don't know that would happen today, but certainly 10, 20 years ago, that happened on a fairly frequent basis, I'm guessing.
Exactly. If you could move and walk and talk, then you wanted to play. And fortunately, we know a lot more about head injuries. And, of course, head injuries are one of those unrecognizable injuries that are not real apparent, except if you're knocked out or you're disoriented. So it's real important if you do get a head injury or disoriented to really let the people know. One of the important facts is that 62% of the sports-related injuries occur in practice. So it's up to the players to really report it and to the coaches to be cognizant of injuries and sit the players out until they can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, there's been a lot more training of coaches, I think, and I think they're doing overall a much, much better job of protecting the players. But what about the athletes themselves? Do you think that was an appropriate example I gave at the beginning of this, that they're kind of emulating some of the pro athletes that they see trying to play through the pain?
Oh, I think so. It has to do with being a man and not letting your teammates down and so forth, that attitude. But you definitely can increase your injury if you try to play through it, and it's the wrong type. Particularly brain injuries. If you have a muscle strain or sprain and can walk it off and it's fine, then you're probably okay. But if it still is hurting, you really need to get it examined to determine what has happened to it.
If nothing else, if you get hurt in practice or whatever, you definitely should get to a physician, right, and get checked out.
Oh, exactly. If you're hurt, let the coaches know, get checked out, make sure everything is okay, because, a large percentage, over half, occur during practice. So you have to be cognizant of it, and if you aren't, you run the potential of having greater injury and then being out longer. The other fact is that 50% of head injuries are due to biking, skateboarding, or skating, which are not necessarily team sport related. So parents need to be aware of those type of injuries, making sure appropriate helmets and pads are worn if their kids are doing these things.
All right, Dr. Al Johnson, medical expert, joining us here on News Radio 1140 WRVA and 98.5 FM.